Well, next we're going to go up to Canada. This gentleman does a great job for us all the time on Super Boost Saturdays. Guys, I've known Carl for a long time, and Daniel's known Carl for a very long time, and we've seen his transformation, which to me has just been amazing. You know, when I first came on, I'm like, who is this guy? You know, it's a guy that I've known for years, but I've seen his transformation since he started with the program. And so that's why I wanted him to be on the program here with us and share what's been happening in his life. You know, obviously, you know, he had some issues before, some pain issues and some other issues, quite a few. And as those things were unraveling, we were seeing things happening in his home and his marriage and his attitude. I mean, it was just like, who is this guy? So Carl, will you join the program with us?
Yeah, I sure will. I feel like ice cream now. Thanks, Ron. But yeah, you know, it's like Bob says, you know, we've known each other now probably about 4 or 5 years. And, you know, Dan, we're going on 10 years now, and there's many others in here that know me, and know that my past prior to December 18th was, you know, you either handled me or you didn't. It was that kind of mess that I was. Even, you know, when I look back on it, I don't even recognize this guy right now. It's like, it's weird. It's a weird feeling. It's like I've had well, it is a transformation. It's like a rebirth, you know, from what I used to be. I was a stressed mess, everything. You know, even today, I went through a couple of things today, and it was like, holy cow, I normally would have just lost it today on some of the stuff that I went through today. And it's the greatest thing. You know, when you have certain things that have really restrained you from doing things, and then all of a sudden it just opens up. It's like a door just opened up. I stepped through it, and it was complete. Well, as soon as I crossed through that doorway, it was a new me. And that's what's amazing, you know, from my sight that's improved, you know, from just my overall health. I mean, I'm playing with these boosts, and I'm making myself just, like Ron said, you feel like a kid again in here. I'm running up and down the stairs where I would normally have to hold the rail and, you know, be that old guy that goes one stair at a time. You know how that is, right? I'm just zooming up and down the stairs now. I have all the energy in the world. The cares, I don't even have the cares anymore. You know, it's like every day is Sunday or Saturday or Friday. You know what I mean? Like there's the day, I even get lost in the days. If we didn't have for these, I wouldn't even know what day of the week it was, and I wouldn't care, right? Because it's the things that have happened to me, you know, dealing with pain, not as long as Ron has, but, you know, diabetic nerve pain that I had made me a real ornery type of guy. And Dan will tell you that, and Bob has experienced that on a few occasions, right? Even when we met in person, you know, Bob, he put up with me a few times in person, right? And even his wife, I think, even wondered, what is this guy, right? And now, you know, I am a totally different person. You know, Rena and I get along so much better now, but it's because the pain is gone, and the pain wears on a person and just makes you angry, right? At least it did for me, and I think, you know, maybe Ron can contest to some of that, maybe some of you out there. But my life is so bloody good right now, you guys. I am telling you, and I can't wait to see how much better it's going to get when everything else starts rolling out in here, all the new stuff. Like, you know, we've already seen the imponderables that come out, and now we have the emotions coming out. Holy crap. We're going to see some pretty significant stuff happening. And what's happened to me is, I can't even, like Ron said, you can't really explain that. It's something that's, I don't know. It's just, you just want to live. You know what I mean? Like you really, really want to live in the moment that's there. Because like for me, it's like, oh crap, I'm gonna get a little emotional here. But for me, it's like I was going in such a bad way that I didn't even know if this hadn't come across me, whether I would have made it through 2020, because I was that much of a mess. Even my doctor told me if I didn't slow down, who knows what could happen. And this changed me to a point where, you know, I have the visibility at night where I didn't have that. And that's huge. I mean, that's probably one of the biggest things that happened to me in my life right now with this. Man, why does this happen to me? So anyways, maybe I'm running hers. I better check. I'm not sure. Anyways. But, you know, it's, guys, you have no idea. I mean, I tell these guys every day that this literally saved my life. And I believe that it did. Okay? Because I think if I didn't come across this, and I thank Daniel so much for just pushing me to go ahead with this, because literally I'm on a completely different, maybe it's even a spiritual path. I don't know. It's something that's just so good that I will never leave this path. And maybe once you guys have had that transformation, okay? And look, I'm one of these people that I'm not really that spiritual, but you kind of have these awakenings, and I think that's what I had. You know what I mean? And you have a much deeper appreciation for life once these kind of things come across you. And that's what's happened to me. And I just, it's crazy. And I just hope that, and I've been in here 5 months, and this has happened over a 5-month period. This isn't something that just happened the next day or the day after that. This is a progression. That's why we're talking about transformation now. Because I'm totally different. I mean, I feel like one of those people you put in a box and with a shiny new surface and put on the front of the shelf type thing. I feel brand new. So I don't know what more I can say. It's just the transformation is so good. I can hardly wait for what more to come. I don't know if it can get any better, but if it can, bring it on. Okay.
That's awesome. And that's exactly what we're looking at, Carl, because, you know, most of the people that are on here, you know, you say, man, I was a mess before, or whatever the case is, but most of the people just see you, how you've been on this program. Now, I knew you before, and we've had some challenges with each other, and I'm looking at this going, hey, Daniel, is this for real? Is Carl is this really Carl? What's going on here? You know? And so I've seen the transformation because I knew you before, but I want everyone to know on here, this man is different than he was before we started this program. No question about it. You know, soft, gentle. I saw somebody put on their passionate, you know, compassionate, helping others. You know, all the things that you're doing, man, are just awesome. And then I see you and Rena working together, and, you know, your relationship getting better, and, you know, all of this is going in a very positive direction. So I've seen transformation in you because I knew you before, but those of you that see where you're at right now, and especially those that are just coming on the program maybe now, can go, you know, whoa, you know, is this for real? Is this guy for real? Yeah, he's for real. And it's happening with a lot of people, whether you're, go ahead.
It's funny you mentioned Rena, because Rena never wanted to work with me because of a mess that I was. And this is the first time in 20 years that we're actually working together, that she feels comfortable enough to sit in the same room with me and do stuff. So it has seriously impacted the home life. So
awesome.
I mention that.
Yeah, of course. And that's what we're looking at here, guys, beyond the results. You know, Carl shared his testimony, you know, quite a few times of what the results have been with this, but this is beyond the results. These are things, because we're talking about the subconscious here and how this is affecting all of us. And that's what I'm saying. It's, you know, he didn't put the nice guy boost on. It's just happening along with everything else that's going on. And that's what we want to concentrate on here, beyond the results, the transformation, the awakening. We're out of the box already, guys, just with this whole energetic prop thing and quantum physics and all that. That's outside the box. we're going way outside the box now, talking about things that it's transforming people's lives. So thanks for sharing with us today. I'm getting vulnerable, Carl. Appreciate that, man.